6 o'clock in the morning, 2.5 hours of sleep, and it's time to start the trip to Pemberton! Woo! So we're still in Yellowknife. We're just departing from the house, headed for the airport. Should be one hell of a trip! Yes, we're at the Edmonton airport, killing time. The flight down was successful, and we're waiting for 10 o'clock so I can have some pepperoni pizza. Blue balls. Ladies and germs, we have arrived in the Vancouver airport. We've rented a car after going back twice, them trying to screw us over on an overpriced SUV. And we're just going off the little GPS here, and we're going off the paper, so I better pay attention to what we're doing. Oh, and there's some mountains in the background. We'll show you the mountains later. There's a river. Wow. We've been in traffic up to our eyeballs for the last hour and 12 minutes. And here's the Lions Gate Suspension Bridge. Very cool.
Very sweet.
Might want to climb one of these and have a jump.
Bungee jump.
We are now on the Sea to Sky Highway with massive dips, falling rock, and snowy mountains.
And sweaty palms.
Sweaty palms. Chantal DeBoop, the only person I know who's more afraid of heights than I am. And we are rolling through these mountains, folks. Just like the rolling rock flying off the sides of the hill. Wow.
That is amazing.
Very, very beautiful.
Oh, we got a little traffic.
Yeah, we got some traffic up here. That's a little bit of traffic.
Can't see much.
We're about 130 kilometers from Pemberton now. Just stay on this highway. We are entering Squamish, British Columbia.
There are certainly local companies are working here, there's no question about it.
Now, is there anything that you would like festival goers to keep in mind this weekend as they head up, if they happen to be listening right now?
We've arrived.
Well, I think certainly in the
food they fancy, the province is clamping down on the distribution.
Looks like a lot of people made it here already.
And I kind of anticipated it being a clusterfuck.
Yes, we've been looking for the past half hour to find out where we go to get these tickets cashed in for a camp spot, festival admission, and parking the vehicle. And would you believe that the signage along the main highway was absolutely useless and didn't tell us anything? In fact, they pointed everyone to this place using volunteer signs. Volunteers this way, volunteers this way. Well, we're not volunteers, but here we are. And so now I guess we stand around and wait with the other thousands of people that are here, and then where we have the vehicle is not in the same spot as where the stages are. It's actually quite far away, and there's buses going around that will pick you up and drop you off. Where we're going to be camped and how close we'll be to the stages, I have no idea. So we're going to find out. And it's like plus 30, and we're on a friggin' airport tarmac. Airport. Brutal.
Frying. Look, I've got some 60 on.
You need it. You're white.
Hot.
How's the timeline lapsing for you here?
Hot. We haven't moved in like half hour.
Okay, here's a scoop. I have no idea what time it is. And things went horribly, horribly wrong. Chantal and I waited in line for the bus. We were there for hours, waiting to go through security to get our bags checked. And then when we got through there, they were letting too many people through. So there's a spot where you stand where you wait for a bus to come get you. But it was just like a mob of people. There's hundreds of people just scattered everywhere. There was no line or anything. There was no particular spot that the bus would stop or anything. They just come by, and there was like one every half hour. It was brutal for thousands of people. And here we go. There's probably about 25,000 on hand right now. It's just mind-blowing, completely mind-blowing. So anyway, we were rushing the buses and we weren't getting on. And people are like grinding and pushing, and it was stupid. And all the security guards weren't doing anything. And then Chantal was getting fed up and she wanted to go back to the car. And I was just thinking, well, maybe we could try one more because we were near the front. And so a bus came by and we rushed the bus, and she was behind me and I was grinding up against the back of the bus to get in the rear door, and I got one piece of luggage on, and then I lifted my big piece of luggage up and I got it in, and then I grabbed the seat and I threw myself in, and when I looked behind me it was somebody else and I couldn't see Chantal, and then people were piling in after me and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even get my fucking bag with the camera in it that was stuck halfway hanging out the door. And then people just kept coming in, and somebody else grabbed my bag and threw it to me. And I don't know where she went. I have no idea. She obviously got pushed out of it and then moved out of the way and got fed up. But how I'm gonna find her now, I don't know. She could be out driving the road right now. I just got set up. I set the tent up. It was like a fucking 2-kilometer walk hauling all this shit. So I'm tired. I don't even want to know what time it is. And it's gonna be crazy, and I just gotta work on finding her somehow. So I think, I don't know what she's gonna do. She's gonna sleep in the car. She has no choice. The traffic is insane. Everything is backed up like you wouldn't believe. I don't even know if we're gonna get out of here on Monday. It's fucking nuts. Wait until you see it tomorrow. So it's actually only 1:17 in the morning. So last time I was on footage talking to you was a couple hours ago, I think. And decided to go for a pee and then head out for the main gate in the off chance that she would be there. But she wasn't there, exactly. You see, she had found a very clever way to get the attention of some volunteer staff, who then allowed her to drive her car through the main gate, which nobody is allowed to do. Park it right beside the main gate. Then she had a search party with her out looking for me. Meanwhile, I went to the front where the lost and found was, and I seen the car from a distance, went up to it, looked inside. Sure enough, it was the rental car. And I'm like, how the fuck did she get in here? She's not here and the doors are locked. So I parked my ass there for a while. I don't know how much time went by, 40 minutes or something. And then she came around the corner back to the car. And then it was love, rejoice, and yeah, we found each other, and it was good. It's very good. And so that's not all. You see, that whole mess, right, with the shuttling of the buses and how you had to go from that big lineup and fight to get in a bus and then to be shuttled from the parking lot to this place. Well, we have our tent set up right now. 10 feet away is the car. She managed to seduce a young man who is working here, and he just happened to let us drive in through the main volunteer gate, which we are not volunteers and we are not staff. and parked the car right on the other side of the fence, opened the fence up, and let ourselves into the family campground. That reminds me, the place I first set up the tent where I did the earlier conversation was not the family campground. It was the main campground, hence the screaming you heard when I was filming. Now we're in the family campground. Now we're set up. We're together. Things are calming down. We've had no shortage of adventure in the last several hours. And yeah, that's basically the gist of it. How you feeling there?
I am pooped, man. I've been up for 24 hours. I've had 2 nervous breakdowns. 3 hours. And yeah, it's all good now though.
Well, that's it's just like it was meant to happen. I mean, unbelievable. And we, just in case you're wondering, it's a bit of Blair Witch going on outside. That's all that is. We're just gonna ignore that because we've suffered enough tonight. And we'll see you in the morning. Okay. So
Cooling station.
yeah, we're at a cooling station that's not working anymore. And we've showered. We've had breakfast.
The shower felt really good. My body
Definitely.
We walked over to go to the big one, turned off right when we got there. They got snow blowers. Like big snow blowers.
Yes, it's been a hell of an adventure so far. We've seen a few bands. Most notably so far was Wolf Mother. And it was awesome. Front of the stage, getting crushed against bars by thousands of people behind us. Lots of body surfing, drugs, somebody passed out, had to be lifted off, and blah blah blah. Good adventure. Tomorrow, Tragically Hip. Sunday, Coldplay. Yes.